Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we finished our notes for topic 1-4. Now we're going to do some practice for 1-4, okay? Okay, so here you go. First one. Get ready. What is standard form, first of all? Go back and look. Your answer is gonna have multiple digits. Know that vocabulary, ladies and gentlemen. Digits. Okay, so here we go. I'm kind of spreading it out. Hopefully it'll make it easier for you to see. Okay, so that's the problem. You need to put it in standard form. So let's think about this for a second. Standard form, we looked at it. It's the 72 and 45 hundredths, right? Up here. So I know that means I'm going to have digits. I'm going to have a digit there. I'm going to have a decimal. And then I have to look at this and go, well, I have hundredths and thousandths. And if I look at my place value chart, if I take it out to thousandths, I go out how many spots after the decimal? 3. Which, if you notice, you have 1, 2, 3 zeros as well. Okay, so we're going to go out 1, 2, 3 digits after the decimal. So I'm going to look at my whole number first. Okay, my whole number is that 8. I know that's my only whole number. I finished this because when I look at the next section here, I'm already dealing with a fraction. Okay, I'm looking at hundredths. Well, wait a second. Go back and look at that place value chart again. So this is your whole. That first digit after the decimal is your tenths or tenths position. Your next one, I'm going to have to mush it in. See if I can write small enough. You know, I'm going to write it crooked so I can fit it. Hundredths. Okay, notice the TH with each of these. Okay, it's also that. Okay, and then that last place, again, looking at your place value chart, which is also that. Okay, so let's go back to this and go, okay, well, I have my 8. Now my next number goes here, right? No. This is the tenths position. There is not something that we're dealing with that has tenths in it. Look at our example. If we had a tenths position, it would show 1/10, right? So nothing goes there. Do we leave a blank? No. We need a placeholder. What do we use as that placeholder? There you go. Okay, so now I'm with the hundredths. It's that digit right there. See that? And now moving into the thousandths, we know it's that digit right there. So that converted into standard form is 8.059, or 8 and 59 thousandths. Okay, let's do another practice. I'm going to give you the expanded form again, and your instruction is to write it in standard form. Okay? I'm not going to draw this again. Okay, you can refer to this because it's right above. Okay, let's see. I'm going to have to smush it in. Okay, so here 1 times 1 plus 9 times 1/10 plus 8 times 1/100th plus 1 times 1/1000th. Okay? So remember those connecting parts, ladies and gentlemen. In between all these pluses are the digits we have to handle. Okay? So, here's a digit I have to handle, here's a digit, and here is a digit. So my first digit, 1 times 1, 1. Okay? Now the next digit shows me a fraction. So that tells me I'm finished with my whole numbers. I need that decimal. Then I need a tenths position, a hundredths position, and a thousandths position. So I take that 9 and I put it in the tenths position. I take that 8 and put it in the hundredths position. And then I take that 1 and put it in the thousandths position. Okay, so there you have it. Expanded, writing it in standard form. Okay, I'm going to do a little more practice. I need a fresh page. Okay, so practice 1-4 continued, and then still the date that you are writing these down. Okay, so number 3. Okay, number 3, we're going to take 3.12 and I want you to turn it into word form. Pause the video, write out the word form. Okay, so now here is the word form. I take that whole number and I write it out. Now I take my decimal and I write the word that stands for that decimal. Simple word, 3 letters. I'm going to always capitalize all the letters just to help it stand out for you, okay? Okay, now we have 2 digits. So I'm going to say this number first. It's 12. So I write 12. Okay, then I look at the very last digit. What position is that? Look at your place value chart if you don't remember. That position is the hundredths position. And since our digits end at the hundredths position, that's the word we put here, okay? Hundredths. And there, 3 12/100ths is the word form of 3.12. Okay? Let's do another practice. Okay, number 4. Okay, 52.075. Once again, I want you to take that to word form. Pause the video, write out word form, come back and press play. Okay, so we take that first number that's before the decimal. What is that number? 52. So we write 52. 52. The next thing I have is that dot, that decimal. Writing it all caps so we remember. And now I have 3 digits going after the decimal. Okay, so what I'm going to look at, what is that number? Do you say 0? No. So let's look at that number. What is that number? 75. So let's write 75. 75. Now, if we look at our place value chart, we have 1, 2, 3 digits. It ends on the 3rd digit. What position is that? That is the thousandths position. So that's what we label it as. Thousandths. Ooh, that was a good juicy one, huh? Okay. So, last practice one on our video here today. We are going to take standard form and we are going to put it into expanded. Tricky, tricky. So, number 5, our standard form is 6.637, or if we were going to read it correctly, it would be 6 and 637 thousandths. But pause, put it in expanded form, come back and press play. Okay, so we're back. So expanded form, we're going to deal with that whole number first, okay? And that is 6 times 1. And then we're going to add the next digit, which is the 6. But that 6 is in a decimal position, right? It's after the decimal. Look at your chart. What decimal position is that? The tenths. So we need to multiply that 6 times a tenth. Okay? Then we're going to add it to the next digit, which is a 3. But wait a second, still behind that decimal. What position is that? Hundredths. So we're going to multiply that 3 times 1/100th. Okay? Now we're going to move to that 7. We're going to add that 7, but once again, it's after that decimal. 1, 2, 3 spots after the decimal. If you look at your place value chart, what position is that? Thousandths. So we need to multiply it by 1/1000th. That is expanded form. Notice I sectioned it out so you can see each digit being handled. Okay? So maybe I'll highlight so you can see. 6 and 6, 6 and 6, 3 and 3, and 7 and 7. See how that works? All done.